Saul, Kevin, Miguel, are you new in my class? Kevin, are you
Good
new?
afternoon, Miss.
Hello, Franz. How are you today? Na Andreina, Nacheli. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. Okay, remember that last class we have been working with our practice, yes? And we have been working also with reading comprehension. And do you remember, my dear friend, Ariel Ricardo? Ariel Ricardo, do you remember what about was the reading?
Good afternoon, Miss.
Hello.
We talked about the network capas. I don't remember.
Layers.
Yes, layers.
Okay.
Yes. The protocols and some
Very
topics.
good. And also we have worked, you have worked a reading comprehension activity, yes? What about was the reading comprehension?
The reading comprehension was about the different layers. Yes, layers, and what do cada una.
Each one.
Yeah,
What does each one?
does each one.
Yes? Very good. Do you remember something about the reading, Eric Alejandro? Eric Alejandro, do you remember anything about the reading? Yes or no? Who is this? Michael Danilo? Michael Danilo? Michael? Michael Danilo, if you don't introduce your picture in this moment, I am going to eliminate. Okay? This was the recommendation. Okay, then let's remember that we have talked about the network communication. And in the network communication, we have read about what things do you remember, Andreina? Andreina, do you remember? Andreina, do you remember? What about was the reading? No? Okay, who remembers? What about was the reading?
Good
Quickly.
afternoon, teacher.
Hello, Luis Miguel.
I remember, teacher, example, the layers, layer psychical, a ver, the layer, the transport layer, the data link layer, the presentation layer, the application layer. I is remember, teacher.
Very good, Miguel. Very good. And we have to remember that the layers, the network layers, also are used to guide the route, to lead the route through which this information is going to go. Yes? Okay. With that work, we have closed our work related to our networks. And today we should be introducing programming language. What might be your concept of language, Nicolás Trigo?
Hi, Miss.
Hello, Nicolás. What is the concept of language for you in general?
Language is a form of we have communication with persons or other or computers or applications.
Very good. Okay. Language in general, it's the way in which we communicate something to the others, yes? And we have seen that on personal way, for example, we can communicate our feelings, our sadness, our mood, okay, different things and different ways to express our language. Now, many times people say, but language is English, is French, is Quechua, Aymara. They are languages. Yes, they are languages also that they are going to be used to communicate, to get through this tool to somewhere or to somebody, to get the message. In that way, we talk about a lexical and morphological communication. Yes? Okay. So our friend Ricardo, yeah, our friend Nicolas already has already mentioned about what might be programming languages. Yes, he mentioned it. Oh, we have also programming language. What might mean programming language?
The programming language, I mean Java, C++, Python, PHP is for web page,
Very good.
and this is all. Maybe no, this is all.
Okay.
I know.
And
Mhm.
C++.
Okay, C++.
And C
C,
sharp. C sharp is
C sharp, very good. Also, C sharp also we have. Okay, if we check, if we find out information about programming language and the types of languages that we have in programming, we are going to find many, okay? But this semester, we are going to be concentrated only on the top 5 in this year, okay? Of course, some authors may differ with us, but in our environment, in our work, we are going to consider only 5 types, the most important that I consider. But here now it's your challenge. If you consider that there is or there are other languages, or there is another language which is very important, okay, we are going to be open to work also to learn more, okay? Then, alguien me escribió, perdón que ahora sí cambia al español, alguien me escribió y me dijo, ¿por qué solo está hablando en inglés y por qué no nos está haciendo el feedback en castellano? Por favor, chicos, siéntanse libres de preguntarme, así sea en castellano. ¿Ya? Yo me encachufo al inglés y voy, sí, tienen razón también en algunos aspectos los chicos que me han escrito. Por favor, cualquier duda, cualquier sugerencia, recuerden que siempre estoy presta para escuchar y siempre compartir con ustedes esto que a algunos sí les puede causar una aflicción. Voy a ir con calma, ¿ya? Voy a ir con calma, voy a tratar. Si me voy así como he estado yendo muy rápido, por favor, frénenme, ¿ya? Por favor, pídanme que pare, a ver, hablaremos en castellano un poco, ¿ya? Sí, es comprensible lo que han observado algunos chicos de que no todos estamos en el mismo nivel, pero me gustaría, no saben cuánto me gustaría que ustedes lleguen por lo menos a un nivel donde la comunicación sea por lo menos de comprensión, que va a ser óptimo y va a ser muy beneficioso para ustedes, ¿ya? Pero no tengo problema, chicos, frénenme, frenen. Digan, por favor, haga el feedback o reforzaremos esto en inglés, ¿qué hemos querido decir con esto en castellano? ¿Ya? O sea, no se hagan problema. No tengo problema de volver al tópico o al tema y voy a tratar de volver al castellano cuando sea necesario. ¿Ya? Ok, eso por favor, si me han estado escribiendo, mil gracias por los chicos que me han estado escribiendo y me han dicho, por favor, en castellano, no todos estamos con el inglés así y a veces de rabia nos salimos. No se salgan, traten de entender. Vamos a ir con calmita, más relajados, ¿ya? Voy a tratar de, vuelvo a insistir, por favor, frénenme si estoy yendo muy rapidito, ¿ya? Ok, so, what implies programming language? You have mentioned it. Means the reading of layers is separated of. Yes, it is separated. Yes. Okay. Then let's go back to our work. We were talking about the programming language. And if we mention programming language, okay? In Spanish, we have lenguaje de programación, yes? It's not programación de lenguajes, yes? It's lenguaje de programación. It's related with our computers and it's the main communication that we have with our computers. Remember that the form in which we get communicated with the computer is through the binary system. Yes, the binary system means the use of zeros and ones. Very good. The binary is the communication. If the machine tries to talk with me, 11100, what does it mean? Or if I introduce my information in Spanish, in Quechua, in Aymara, or at any language, the computer is going to have the capacity of processing and reading that information. Yes? So, I am going to share with you the presentation for today. Yeah? And if you want to give more information, remember, you have to feel free. Feel free to give some support to the theories, or maybe say, no, 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 that's not the right theory, yes? Okay, I am going to share with you my presentation, please. Blip. Yes, now. Here it is going to be. Uh-oh. It is going to be from here. Okay. No, this is not going to work. Now, yes. Can we see the presentation, people?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Okay, then let's go with programming language. And we have to start with the concept of what is, to ask ourselves, what is a programming language? Does anybody wants to answer? What is a programming language? If we observe the first picture, we are going to have some programming languages, yes? What might be the programming language? What is programming language? We have mentioned it already, yeah?
HTML,
Java.
Java.
That means that it's the computer language, yes? So in that way,
Well, the computer language is the binary system, and
yeah,
our way to communicate with
very
the
good.
computer, because we don't understand binary system, is through programming language, mostly to development software, because for reading we have another tools, but for the development and to say what do you computer have to do, then we use that programming language.
What to do and when to do it, very important. What to do and when to do it, yes? Because if it is going to do whatever, it's going to do a mess. Okay, so we are going to start, okay, that saying that programming language is the formal language that we may have, and through a set of instructions that we are going to have and produce, and we are going to get results through the output that we are going to have. As at the beginning, I have mentioned it to you, these are some of the programming languages, yes? The Scala, C#, Swift, JavaScript, PHP, Java, C++, or C, only C, Python, Ruby. We are going to have, if we check the theories, we are going to find maybe more. Yes? So what for? What for do we use these programming languages? We talk about programming language, but what for? What for? What for do we use the programming languages? ¿Ah? What for? ¿Para qué? What for do we use the programming languages?
I think that the programming language is used to control the behavior and output of our machine with algorithms.
Very
Being,
good.
and it is similar to human communication with rules,
Mm.
but with rules.
Okay, this is important what our friend has mentioned. The behavior of our machines. But through what? Through what? Through the implementation of algorithms. Yes? And let's remember that these computers are not going to work alone or just because they have to work. Yes? No. They are going to receive the manipulation, the work of human being. Okay. So, if we go more into the theory, okay, and we are going to focus on, we are going to see to the area where we are studying, yes, we are going to say that a programming language is the computer language that is used by the engineers with the communication of the computers, or it is a computer language engineered to create a standard form of commands or instructions. Okay? I insist again that our computer is not going to react alone. It's going to be prepared, yes, to show its behavior. Okay, so these commands or instructions, can be interpreted or can be changed into codes that are going to be understood by the machine. So it's not going to talk or speak our language. It's going to get the information and it's going to change into its code. Okay, so in this way, programs are created through programming language, not on the inverse way. Programs are created through the programming languages. To do what? What for? To control the behavior, to control the result, to control the output of the machine. What is output in Spanish? What might be output?
Salidas.
Yes, yes. Okay, of a machine through accurate algorithms. Accurate. That means that they are very assertive, yes? Similar to the human communication process. Okay. Similar to human. Do they react as we do? Yes, of course. If we are going to get sick with COVID-19, we are not going to produce anything. We are going to be sick. We are going to work the half. Remember, your machine has almost the same process. If you don't keep, if you do not upgrade your machine, this is not going to work in the level that you would like to work with it. Okay? So this, the programming language is the language that you as programmers use to develop software programs, scripts, or other set of instructions for computers to execute. And this is very important. Okay, you, my dear engineers, you use this language to develop. What is the meaning of develop?
Desarrollar.
Desarrollar. Okay? Desarrollar. To develop software programs, scripts, and other set of instructions. Okay? Or check some simple programs that you may develop, but this program is going to be useful, to solve some problem. Let's mention in a very easy way. Okay. I want to have, I don't want to be with my calculator, the first grade, the second grade, and the third grade. Maybe some of my students are going to develop a program which is going to help me to introduce just 3 grades and quickly have the results. Yes? There are many areas that are on your hands that are waiting that you would create, you would develop a program to solve their problems. Yes? Nowadays, we have the problem of people over 60 years who are going to receive the vaccine for COVID, yes? But have you seen so many lines where old people are standing instead and to solve that problem, how to control, maybe we can develop, yes, and give a solution. Many things that we can solve. Thanks to you. Gracias a ustedes, muchos de los problemas pueden ser solucionados, ¿verdad? Estamos en sus manos de ustedes, prácticamente, que son los desarrolladores de programas, los que nos pueden dar, como dicen, los lineamientos para hacer más fácil el trabajo en ciertas áreas, en ciertos momentos, porque no toda la vida va a hacerse con ese programa. Siempre va a haber algo más, ¿no? Okay, so the programming language is known as programming system, computer language, or computer system. We can listen to talk about programming system. It's the same programming language. We can listen. I'm sorry. We can listen talking about computer language or computer system. We are talking about this. So this is going to allow us or permit us, I'm sorry, allow us or permit us to give instructions to the computer. Remember, many times people ask us, do you think that you can be dominated by a computer or by a machine? What do you think in the future? Do you think that we are going to be dominated by the machines?
Dominated how? What's
Maybe
exactly?
they are going to give us instructions. Do this, do that. And we are going to have our chips or maybe in our hands or maybe on our necks like robots.
Like the movies?
Like in the movies, yeah?
No, in the
Uh,
sunglass.
No, 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 no.
No, I mean, I'm pretty skeptical about this kind of stuff. It's just like we are kind of controlled by computers, but in the way that we want. We want our computers to wake up us at 8 a.m. So we give them instructions to give us an instruction later. So it's a little ambiguous, the question.
If we stop being so skeptical and we mention, as our friend has said, as in the movies, are we going to be killed?
I said that we now are very dependent of technology, but for we being in the future be controlled by the machines, I think that we have a long way to record, because I think that we will need a kind of make like robots
Yeah.
that help with things, and the creator or the business, the empresa that makes them,
Yeah.
need to give the robots a kind of conscience.
Yeah.
And in a moment, like in the movies, like they wake up and, oh, we can kill the humans. Yeah.
Okay. Then, yes, this is true. Today, we are very, very dependent on technology, yes? If we have a survey, una encuesta, if we have a survey among the university students, and we ask them, how many hours are you in front of your computer? They are going to say, no, 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 I am only 3 or 4. That is false. Because the whole day we are with this small object, due to work, due to familiar problems, due to your family, your job. We have become dependent in this moment from technology. But you mentioned something important, that this is going to be for a long time if we want to see that machines are going to dominate us. No, because definitely we built the computers, we build the machines. Okay, they can commit mistakes, or they can have a percentage of errors, but that is because it's the instruction, the selection of tools or devices that we are introducing in those machines. Yes? Okay, very good. Let's remember that they allow us to give instructions to any computer. Yes? Okay. But in this way, we have different types of programming languages. Different types of programming languages. Which are those programming languages? The high-level languages, which are the most common ones, and the low-level languages. ¿Ok? Vamos a recordar que entre los tipos de lenguajes de programación existen más que estos. Casi son 6 o 7 los que normalmente se nominan, pero la diferenciación más fuerte que se hace es entre los high-level languages, que son los más comunes, y los low-level language, ¿sí? Que son los que están en un nivel de trabajo, vamos a decir, que son utilizados con menos frecuencia, 1, 2, que no alcanzan niveles de programación alto. Vamos a trabajarlo sobre eso. Entonces, cuando nos dicen high level language, the acronym for high level language is HLL. Oh, here I have. HLL is the acronym of high level language. Okay? In the high level language, most programs, we are going to insist that are written in high level language. What does this mean? That the computer isn't limited by the designing or the specific job of some programs. No, it's going to process, it's going to work with demanding programs, okay? Also, this high-level language is used to work with different softwares, yes, that are going to get the level that they need to work a program. Okay, what about the low-level language? A low-level language is a programming language that provides little or no abstraction of programming concepts, little or non-abstraction of programming concepts. And it's very close to writing actual machine instructions, okay? They are considered harder to utilize because they require deeper knowledge of machine language. In low-level language, we need to get rid of our knowledge on a very small, if we want to mention, small details. Anything more about the high level and the low level? Okay, I want to listen.
Yes, Miss.
Mhm.
Well, I want to say or clarify that the low-level language maybe is yes deeper and more difficult to understand and to give instructions in it. But the advantage to use a low-level language is that you can use all the capability of the computer, the real capability, because you're interacting directly with the microchips and with all the functions. So you're basically writing the zeros and ones, but if you understand how to do it, you can do some really fast programs. But the advantages with high level language is that maybe it depends on how is the language construct. You will be able to use better the capability of the computer, or it's going to be worse. That's why with the time we use new high level languages of programming, because for example in the time it was Pascal, one of the most popular and best language programs, but today nobody uses it. And the same occurs with Java, that it's slowly losing persons or programmers, and Python is going better. Obviously there are advantages and disadvantages in any of them, but it's always that's always the problem, that you use a specific part of the computer in the high level languages, but it's easier to program, so one have to see what is the work you're doing to choose one or another.
Okay, another person? Any other comment? Ethan? Melby, Rocio, you wanted to say something? Melby? Melby, you wanted to say something?
About types programming language.
Yeah?
I just know that high level language we can understand more easy. It's more easy.
Easier,
That
it's easier.
it's easier for us, for the human. It's uh, entendible.
Understandable? Don't
It's
worry.
more understandable. And the low level language is more like computer language. The I just know that.
More complicated, do you mean?
Yeah.
What more can you say, Gabi? Gabriela? What can you say, Michael? What more? What more?
Your teacher,
Okay,
the types of
Rodrigo.
programming. Yes, teacher. I understand the types of programming language. The high level language, it's more, for example, it's more complete and with the others, because if excite only a type of programming language, It's very difficult for different machines because, for example, Java with Python, it's very different.
Mhm. Yeah.
Uh, Python have a different functions with that Java. It's very difficult understand for me experience teacher.
Okay. Then any other concept more? Let's go. No problem. It's
For
your
the
area.
level,
Okay, go ahead, Rodrigo. Rodri?
the for level language.
Yeah.
For the level language, I understand it's very, for example, it's very close. If you say the actual machine's instruction doesn't limit by the computer. For example, the low-level language, it's utilized with the if no sé si conoce Blue G.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's if can a low level language because the Blue G it's very different with Java. Blue G it's for practice for the programmation, introducing for the variable for algunos concepts for some
Some
concepts.
concepts. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Any other thing more? People, vamos, no se queden calladitos nomás, que digan los otros. Vamos. Recuerden que podemos hacer mezclando castellano e inglés también, ¿no? Okay, let's continue with our work. Okay, so if we talk about this, high level and low level, we have remarked about this concepts, and let's go ahead. You were talking about Python. Okay, what do you know about Python? Reynaldo, what do you know about Python? I am not going to talk. Huh? Diego, Fabricio, Enzo, Jamil. Okay, who wants to talk here? Python. Let's talk about Python. Vamos, alguien quiere hacerlo en castellano. Vamos, le vamos a dar la opción. Vamos.
Miss, can I say something?
Yeah, Ariel?
Okay. Python is a programming language.
Yeah.
Yes, but one characteristic is that it's a interpreted programming language. What is that? What that means is Java needs compile and next después
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
next
Then,
execute the file compiled, and Python compiles while it's running the code. Just that I don't know if understand that.
okay, don't worry, be happy. Okay, very good, Ariel. Then, any other person? Michael. Where is my friend Brian Julio? Noelia. Where are ladies? ¿Dónde están las chicocas? Me están haciendo quedar mal. Hoy día no he tenido participación, unita apenas. A ver, ¿dónde están las chicocas? Elsie, Andrea, Allison, Jasmine. Hello. What is Python, my dear future engineers?
Good afternoon, Miss.
Hello, Allison. Very good. That is my champion. Okay, go ahead.
I think the Python is used more for data scientists
Yeah?
and is very useful for analyze dates.
Okay. Very good, Alison. What more? Something more? Ilmar, France, where are the people?
Hi, Miss.
Hello? Helmut, hello. Go
Um,
ahead.
okay, about in Python, is used for big data, IA, hacking. Um, is very easy for user. Um, is is very to learn. Um, is is uh, is very it's very easy. uh,
Okay, very good, Helmut. That is, that is, go.
it's all. I am sorry. I am sorry, Miss.
Don't worry, my dears. The most important thing is to start. And then we are going to have strong tools. Okay, so you were right. Yes, you were right. And we are going to say that Python, yes, it is a high level interactive object-oriented scripting. Remember that some of you have mentioned it is easy to use and it is designed.
A ver, sácate de aquí el que quieras, cuñado. Depende si no.
Okay, thank you. Okay. It is designed to be highly readable. That means easy to use. But here it's the most important thing that we have to consider. And this is for you. Python must be learned by students and working professionals to become great software engineers, especially when they are working in web development domain. This means, hey guys, that you cannot avoid this programming language from your knowledge, from your area. We are obliged, almost obliged. That's why I insisted on using must. You must learn even a little bit about Python. As you mentioned, it is very kind, it's very simple, easy to use, yes. And which are the characteristics of this programming language? The characteristics are that it supports functional and structured programming methods. As well as OOP. What is the meaning of OOP? My dear engineers, what does it mean, OOP?
Orientado a objetos, Miss.
Okay, object oriented.
The first object.
Programming.
Program. Yes. Object oriented programming. Yes. Okay. This is very important. Okay. Then it can be using as a scripting language or can be compiled to byte code for building large applications. Yes, this is very important. Somebody wants to say something? No? Okay, then this provides, as we have already mentioned it in this section, a high-level dynamic, and it supports dynamic type checking, or it supports automatic garbage collection. What is garbage? Ooh, is it going to take all the garbage from Cochabamba even? What is it? What does it refers to? That it supports automatic garbage collection. What does it mean?
I think it
Recolector de
refers
basura.
the
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Rodrigo, you wanted to say something?
Garbage collection, it's mean, o sea, recolector de basura automático.
Okay. And we have in our screens this basket, yes. And also we are going to have as dustbin, yes. Okay. Okay, so it can be easily integrated with C, C++, COM, Activated, Corba, Java, and some other programming languages. Okay, then. Oh, but what is Python? This video I am going to leave for you. I am going to upload the presentation, and you are going to have the opportunity to check, yeah, and to check why Python is so popular. If we have to mention a simple characteristic, why is Python so popular? What could you mention?
In my opinion, is the syntaxes. It's easier to memorize, or implementations. If you want to do, it's easier to compare to the other ones.
That is very important. That is true. Thank you, Omar Roger. Okay, it's easy to use, and overall, the syntaxes, yes? Okay, so this is a presentation and explanation where you are going to get the main steps that we have in Python, and why do people consider that this is the most popular programming language, okay? This is going to be for you, or do you want to, let's check if this works with you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we are going to see 3 questions. Do you remember which were the 3 questions? What are you going to see? The 3 frequent questions of programming students. What is? The first one? Please try to remember. Okay. Why is it so popular? The first one. The second one.
Teacher, excuse me, the video doesn't hear. No puede
Doesn't have audio, teacher.
no tiene sonido.
¿Estás sin audio?
Yes,
Baby,
but other
Sí, por
question
eso
was
te queríamos decir.
what is Python, why is popular, and what can you do with it?
my goodness, why it's not working the listening? Click. Now?
Still.
Now? Yes? Okay, even though you are going...
Teacher.
Share
Still.
specific Windows. Specific, una específica ventana tiene que abrir para compartir un video.
But it was incorporated. This was incorporated already to my presentation. Maybe this is because BB, yeah, might be the, it is inside and it's incorporated. It should work. ¿No escuchan nada, chicos?
No, me.
Or,
Zero.
No, teacher.
my goodness. Ya. Bueno, de todos modos, solo quería estas 3 preguntas frecuentes que nosotros nos hacemos, ¿verdad? Ustedes lo van a ver porque la voy a subir ya a la presentación ahora. Le voy a subir y ustedes van a ver. Una característica que está en este video es que los subtítulos no están en castellano. ¿Ya? Les voy a pedir que no los traduzcan al castellano. Hay traductores, hay clic y listo, ya tenemos en castellano, ¿verdad? Este es un lenguaje bastante facilito que me gustaría que si ustedes pueden, escuchen 1, 2, hasta 3 veces. ¿Ya? Por favor, trabajen con este video. 1, 2, 3 veces y ustedes se van a acordar de este video. ¿Ya? Okay, even though. Let's continue with the next. Okay. Which are the applications that we may have? You were telling me about the applications of Python. And this, of course, there are more applications that we may find. But the most common ones are that this application, Python, is very easy to learn. As you were telling me, it's easy to use. It's easy to use. It's easy to manipulate. And what about the second positive aspect is that it's easy to read. One of our friends has mentioned this. It's easy to read. You don't need to complicate your life. And overall, it's easy to maintain also. It's easy to maintain. You have the interactive mode. The interactive mode where you are going to work having the interaction with other programs, and it's extendable. That is a good characteristic. That is extendable, interactive mode, here it's repeated, and GUI programming. Wow. GUI stands for? GUI is the acronym of
Graphic User Interfaces.
Graphical User Interface. Yes? And GUI programming, and we have the scalable and the database. We are going to have these applications that are directly related with Python. Very good. What do we know about the advantages and disadvantages of Python? Huh? Or Python advantages and disadvantages. We are going to mention again on the remarket and the best advantages of this programming language are improved productivity, improve it, increase it, yes? Interpreted language, and it's dynamically typed, and it is free and open source. This is very important at any program, yes? And it supports, it keeps vast libraries in its work. But as at anything, in anything, or any action, or any product that we buy, we have the disadvantages. Yes? This programming language is slow speed, not memory efficient, it's weak. What is the meaning of weak? What is the meaning of weak?
Débil.
Débil. In mobile computing, and the database access, and the runtime errors. Yes, the runtime errors also, it's a disadvantage in this programming language. Of course, I repeat, hello, don't tell me, oh, licenciada, there are more advantages and there are more disadvantages. Don't you know? Yes, we may have a very long, but let's talk about only the main ones, as I have cleared it up at the beginning. There are long lists of programming languages, but we are going to talk about 5, no more. Okay? I don't want to cover everything and not investigate nothing. Okay? We are going to stay with the most consistent thing and the most important aspects of each programming language. Okay. Anything more about this? I think no. Oh, Java. What is Java? Who is going to give me the concept of Java? Beep, beep. Gualberto Choque. What is Java? Jason Oliver. What is Java? Hello, what is Java?
Well, it's another programming language, right? It's the one that we use in San Simon. Actually, we learn with Java mostly, so it's an object-oriented language. That means that we use classes and we use some methods that are usual in this kind of programming, and yeah.
So can we mention that it's the most important programming language?
Today,
Adalid,
no.
Ezequiel, just a second. Adalid Arnes says no. Okay.
No, I said I think that was an operating system, so I said I wrong. So
Okay. Then, thank you, Adalit. Okay. What more? Is it the best in your concept? Is it the best one? Ezequiel, you were talking, and all the people who wants to contribute. Ethan? Ethan, I see that you
Yeah.
wanted to. Okay.
Okay, so then it's hard to say which language program is the best because there is no like best program language. It's like asking which language is best, English or Spanish. It's something that what is more comfortable with you and what are you going to do, because for some things it's better to use Java, but for another things it's better C sharp, or for more complex programs or programs that requires more resources from the computer. So sometimes C sharp can do that better. So Java is more comfortable. You can do easy stuff. It depends on what you're going to do. For example, if you want to create a video game, you're not going to explicitly use Java or Python. You're going to use a graphic engine, and that graphic engine is designed with Python or with Java, or regularly with C sharp. For example, Unity is designed with C sharp, and most of the programming that you're going to do in Unity is related with C sharp. But if you're going to do some web work, maybe it's before it was better HTML, but now there are other options on the market. So it depends what you're going to do.
Okay, yes, we are going to talk also about PHP. Okay, then Ethan, you wanted to mention something. Ethan? Ethan?
Teacher, I don't think so. I think Ezekiel told everything about Java.
Okay, Eddie? No, but you may mention other aspects of Java.
Miss, I remember here that your
Adali?
programmer says that Java is like being staying alt. And there are other languages of programming that be more used to a specific task or to create. Only that.
Okay, very good. So, we are going to introduce ourselves to when we ask, what is Java? Yes? And you have mentioned that a general purpose is the object-oriented language. And it's designed to make easier our life in web, internet, and internet applications. And it has the widest spread acceptance. It's easy to use, and it's very comfortable when we work with Java. Okay, I am going to stay with this question. What is Java? And next class, we are going to retake this concept, and we are going to continue working with the other 4 languages more. Okay? So we are going to stop here. I don't want to struggle with all these things. Okay. Remember, today we have worked the concepts of programming and the types of programming languages, and we have worked the high level and the low level, and we have worked about Python. Okay, so next class we are going to work with 4 programming languages more. Okay, and we are going to continue with our work. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice afternoon, and always remember that the people who are insisting on having these letters, the picture of the dog, or just K, like Kevin, Miguel, or Carlos Danilo, please, I am going to go eliminating. So, and you have to come in with the institutional code. Okay, thank you very much. We may leave. See you on Friday. Bye-bye.
See you on Friday, Miss.
Goodbye, Miss.
Bye.
Bye,
Goodbye,
teacher.
Esther, Adalid. Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Andreina. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
See you next class.
Goodbye. Bye-bye, Alison. Goodbye, everybody.
Teacher, una pregunta.
Dígame, Rodrigo.
Un consejo. A ver, entiendo todo lo del inglés, pero a la hora de hablar se me pierde, o sea, las palabras, pero entiendo, o sea, cuando usted habla, entiendo todito,
Ya.
pero a la hora de hablar se me olvida.
Pero
No,
Rodrigo,
no sé qué
hoy yo
decir.
te entendí muy bien y te expresaste muy bien. Entonces, es solo darte confianza. No importa si te equivocas al principio. Yo ya les he dicho, yo no estoy aquí para corregirles la gramática, pronuncia bien bonito. No, sino que quiero que saquen eso que ya tienen ustedes dentro para que ustedes puedan producir como profesionales. Recuerden que a mí me preocupa esto, de que una vez que terminen este nivel, ya no hay más nivel de inglés y pues todo el material que viene después es en inglés, 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 y las postulaciones para trabajos que tienen que saber algo en inglés. Y esto espero que sí les ayuda y los fortalezca, ¿ya? Lánzate, no te preocupes, no te preocupes. Láncense. ¿Listo? Muy bien.
Yeah, thank you, teacher.
Bye,
See you
bye.
the next class.
See you the next
Hasta luego.
class. Ok, bye, bye. ¿Alguien tenía pip, pip? Oh, las personas que nos inscribimos ayer. ¿Podemos enviar las tareas? Claro que sí. Sí, me puedes mandar. Y por favor, asegúrense de que entren con los correos institucionales, ¿ya? Bye, bye.